can grip himself to you. Like, I still don't know what to think about that.
Man, if Marksman Hunter's like, if we have no pet, maybe we need to be gnome to get away. We need the freedom since we have no Master Skull or something.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
If you have Lone Wolf, I don't think you have the ability to do Master's Call as well.
Yeah, if you have
I think
Lone
they
Wolf, you
should.
can't Master Skull Freedom. You know Ross. So with them taking that away, I'm really sad. Please give me some utility, Blizzard.
Hopefully they'll bring Marks back because out of all of the 3 specs, I do like Marks the best. Back in
Yeah, man.
I think it was Wrath and even Cataclysm. You need a lot of like pet micro and a lot of different macros because you have to summon like sometimes
Yeah,
3 different pets in
had
an arena
craziness.
match to get
Yeah,
buffs and heal and CC.
Or in Wrath, where you would have the crab pets, and they had to intervene, like warriors intervene, so you could intervene lines with the pet, but it had the dead zone on it, so you had to like manually move your pet and then use the stay command because you didn't have the move pet. So it was like all this crazy weird micro stuff, and then you had like the charge or the pet for a root, and then just a crab pin. You had to always keep it alive. Pets like died in 2 seconds and took forever to res them. So you gotta be
Okay, going to be
faster.
interrupting you guys here really quick. Both teams are now ready, and they did say that their internet issues have been resolved. So, going to be starting this spectated war game.
Awesome.
Let's,
Alright. I'm ready for some PvP.
All right. So, since last game wasn't really too good of a judge, what do you guys think's going to go on this game?
I have no expectations whatsoever. I think either one of these teams can take this win. So I think what happens on this first game is what's going to depend or determine how the rest of the series goes.
Yeah, that's really good. We're going to be rolling the intro really quick, so let's get it going.
Nice. Okay.
Again, one of the things, the gates are about to open here in another 10 seconds, and again, one of the telltale signs to know when Shelly is going to be bursting and what to look out for, major damage is when he pops those crows. So as soon as you see the crows on the kill target, that's when you know to look out for a lot of damage. And again, they might still go on Sabrina here in the opener. As Surge is really great about spamming those purges.
Yeah, they're just getting a little bit of damage onto Jamie X, just trying to pressure him while Sabrina's in stealth, so they're just going to try to keep up some damage, try to force the Druid out of stealth with that little bit of survival pressure. But right now, already the Recklessness is getting Absurge to about 30% HP. Absurge is going to be able to keep himself alive at this point. They're getting tons of pressure by Wallabear onto Jamie X, and now they're going to go over with the bash swap onto Sabrina. They're going to force the skin right here. There's the crows by Jellybeans, have Binding Shot onto Jamie X and onto Blitzo. So Jellybeans doing a great job controlling both members. Sabrina getting super low here, going in about 50% HP. He's trying to keep himself topped off, but I think this put Follow Esports in such a good position that their next setup with Incarn is going to be able to pretty much either win the game or get every single cooldown from Bleach Bones.
Jamie's
Jamie X still have 50%
that.
HP.
Jamie's still having that Shamrage available to him for that next setup, and it looks like
the
beautiful
Incarn
double
comes out by
shockwave.
Wallabear. He's going to get the triple Rake Suns. Vigilance comes out onto Sabrina. Sabrina's in bear form. Uses his Trinket already. Or no, he held onto his Trinket. Jamie X being swapped to, though. He's super low. There's the Sham Rage. Iron Bark is on Sabrina. They're doing what they can to keep themselves alive, but Follow Esports, like I said, they're able to force every single cooldown, 30% HP on Jamie X, trying to keep himself alive. No CC is available onto Sabrina, though. They're just doing what they can. Absurge being a god with all these purges right now.
Sabrina actually holding onto his Trinket and NS, which is
There's
pretty greedy.
there's the last rake onto Sabrina. He's going to have to Trinket there. There's a half bash, full trap onto Jamie X. He's not going to be able to heal Sabrina, and the Crows is coming out by Jellybeans, and there's a half binding shot. Sabrina's going to go 70% HP. He has nothing left. He has full dust by Jellybeans. Jellybeans is wailing on him, and Sabrina is just going to go down here.
Actually, at the end there, he was actually being pretty greedy with his NS there, holding it to the very last second, and I believe it got purged instantly by Absurge, so very well played by both teams.
Yeah, definitely. That was an awesome opener, though, by Follow Esports. They were able to get the cooldowns that they needed, and without Incarn, they got pretty much everything. Like I said, that Incarn on that second Sun DR is going to almost always force all the remaining cooldowns of that turbo, and if they can get that last setup like they did, where they got the Shadow Meld Rake into that bash, followed up by that, Jellybeans had his Crows once again, and as they tried to get away, he had that triple DR binding shot onto Sabrina, and he just died from that.
So Follow Esports is going to go one... Wait, I think I got the wrong brackets, do I? Not versing Bleach Bones, are we?
No, yes, this is Bleach Bones.
Okay, just making sure. So what Follow Esports is going to go 1-0 versus Bleach Bones. And again, this is a best of 3. Then I believe the finals are going to be a best of 5. So again, these are best of 3. Bleach Bones still has a chance to come back in this tournament. If not, this will be the last game for them. So do you think they're going to be changing up the strats a little bit again? Or do you think Follow Esports is going to be switching up their comp to kind of throw Bleach Bones off guard? Or stick with Jelly Beans?
I think they're going to still stay with Jelly Beans because if they're going against Turbo, I feel like FLS is just so weak because they're able to stop that Warlock's pressure so much. And obviously having that extra control from Jelly Beans and that survival pressure, it's almost like he's being a Warlock, but everything is instant with more control. So I think it's just so much better into Bleach Bones.
Okay, so Bleach Bones did decide to go for Ruins of Lordaeron on this next map, so we're going to play the intro for that really quick, and then we're going to get into some pregame talk.
So Ruins of Lordaeron is actually the first. Is actually one of the first map picks, if possible, that a Turbo Cleave would want to go with because there's just pretty much no room to run here from this Turbo Cleave. So a lot of pressure and very, very hard to counter Turbo Cleave on this maps. But the gates are going to open here.
Yeah, Jelly Beans just coming out on his mount. I think they're obviously going to do the same thing. Just hit Jamie X if Sabrina's going to be in stealth like he is right now. Just try to get some pressure on him to force the Druid to come out. So yeah, just standard opener here by Jelly Beans. They got a lot of pressure on him though. They force him to half HP. Jamie X still kind of at like 60% HP. Not too much is going on, but Sabrina's finally coming out, and there's the Rake Stun by Wallabear. Crow's going out onto Sabrina. He's going kind of low right here. He's going to use his Iron Bark right now, try to keep himself safe, and we have the Stormbolt to peel Wallabear at this point. Full bash comes out onto Jamie X, so they're getting tons of damage onto him. And there's Recklessness by Blitzo, but that's getting stopped pretty much. He's going to go for that Blade Storm, trying to get as much pressure as he can onto Follow Esports, but just Avster just doing a great job keeping his team offensive right here.
Actually, Blizzo actually trinketed that Stormbolt to try to go offensive, and it actually kind of backfired on him there.
Oh yeah, and this is the Incarn coming out by Wallabear. That's going to force the skin by Sabrina. He does have his trinket available still, but he's still taking tons of damage. I think they're going to try to get this Vigilance up, but they're not going to be able to get it. And there's the NS. It gets purged off by Avster once again. Jamie X still very low too. He's at 40% HP. He has the Shaman Rage, Shamanistic Rage available, but Sabrina's at 12% HP. Brawling Kai comes out, and the Vigilance coming out late. They're getting tons of pressure here. If they can't even connect, I think they're going to make this swap onto Jamie X.
Barely able to stabilize.
Yes,
nice,
full trap goes
nice
on
trap.
to Sabrina. That's going to force his trinket. Jamie X so low. Avster's getting all these purges on him. He's going to 30% HP. They're keeping him low. The Druid can't even keep him alive. There's the Iron Bar coming out by Sabrina. He's trying to do what he can to keep Jamie up in this game.
And
now the Crows goes out onto Sabrina. This is the last setup they need. If they can get this full bash, they get the full bash, but he does swap to bear form for that. Great play by Sabrina, but they have to be very careful here. Jamie X is now full trap. They get the dispel on it. Sabrina's in tons of trouble here. He's trying to run away. He's at 50% HP, but Jamie has no support for him at this point.
This is a beautiful route on Blizzo. Again, NS coming up in about 5 seconds, and that is going to. And he also has Bark Skin available, but Shamrage actually just came off cooldown, so they should be good for next setup. Again, they're going to try to turn the pressure on to Follow Esports here. Walter actually dipping pretty low, almost at execute range.
Yeah, he's at 30%, getting charged in that full bash in human form. He's going to be in so much trouble here.
They do look like they're about to stabilize Stormbolt onto Absurge. Walter is still dipping dangerously low. He does not have actually any walls available to him. He does not have a trinket.
The full trap goes onto Sabrina. Great play by Jellybeans. Jamie X under tons of pressure here. There's the full survival that's going out onto him. Jellybeans doesn't have his crows for a couple more seconds, but I think they're going to look to swap now that they just forced this Iron Bark onto Jamie X. Sabrina could be tons of trouble if they pressure him.
Absurge still having that Spirit Link available to him with that trinket just in case he needs to. Again, 1 minute left on Wallabear.
That's pretty risky by him, but I think Wallabear is going to be A-okay here. Absurge knows that he's going to keep his teammates alive. And now they have this full trap onto Jamie X. There's the Crows onto Sabrina. That's going to force his Bark Skin. He's going to be in tons of trouble right here. Jamie X can't get any off heals. And the half X comes out by Absurge. Nice play. Wallabear's getting very low now. He's getting hit very hard by the Storm. He's in the full Stormbolt. He's going to have to use his trinket here.
Here comes the Rex Storm.
Recklessness. Yeah, the Rex Storm coming out by Blizzo.
Again, Abster still saving to that Trinket Link. His Ascendance is coming up in another 20 seconds, so you should have a lot of cooldowns to help stabilize his team just in case. Actually, wall coming up in another 50 seconds, but they're going to be trying to turn the pressure onto Bleach Bones here. Jamie X dipping down to pretty low health. He does still have that Shamrage available, and Descendants just came back up, so they're going to be trying to turn the pressure onto Fall Esports here soon.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Jellybean's just doing a good job healing. He just keeps getting these knocks off of this warrior. He's keeping Wallbear pretty safe, and he's trying to do what he can to live, but he's 70% HP. He almost got executed there. That's going to be the first Spirit Link of the game by Absurge and the wall by Wallabear. They're trying to do what they can, but Sabrina is actually so low on mana at this point. If Follow Esports can just get one more setup, especially with this Incarnation available. Yeah, Wallabear's going to be popping this Incarnation. There's a Crow Sense to Sabrina. He's going to use his Bardic Skin. He's going to get dangerously low here.
Again, the Blade Stern coming out onto Walter Bear and Jellybeans. There's a huge amount of cleave pressure onto Fall Esports, especially since this map is so small. And actually, Sabrina dropping dangerously low.
Yeah,
almost
there's a Berserker coming out by Wallabear. He held it onto the last part of his Incarnation. There's no more Vigilance for Sabrina. He has no more skins. If they can connect, I think he's going to die here. He blinks away, though, in full Stormball onto Wallabear.
Rallying Cry's about to fade.
He's going to be appealed at this point. Yeah, Rallying Cry faded. Jellybean's got this full trap onto Jamie X. Jamie X very low, too, at this point. Sabrina's doing what he can to try to keep his teammates and himself alive, but there's a full bash onto him right now. He Iron Barked it, but he's in so much trouble here. Last Link coming out by Absurge. Full charge done by Blitzer, though. If he can get this counter set up, this might be game.
Again, I actually got kicked out because my
20% HP of Sabrina. He's out of mana. They have so much pressure here. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive. He's at 10% HP. He's trying to run away, but he's just going to die to the survival dots.
This is all you, dude. I got kicked out because my character went AFK. Just keep going.
Oh, no, he's dead.
Oh, well then. That was awkward. You died?
It's okay. They knew that you got kicked out because they got the kill, clearly.
Okay.
Kappa.
Yeah. Kappa. Again, Follow Esports is going to take this series.
Yeah, definitely.
Very back and forth game.
Like the chat said, US is greater than EU.
The shots.
But yeah, I'm actually. I didn't expect it to go that way, but we didn't really get to see that matchup happen at BlizzCon every single time.
Very hard to beat Turbo Cleave on that map. Almost, once in a full moon, you'll see a team beat Turbo Cleave on Runes of Lordaeron because that is their favorite map pick to go on, because there's just no room to run, and Turbo Cleave puts out a lot of cleave damage because they have that option to swap onto pretty much whoever they can hit, and as soon as, especially with a Resto Druid that can't keep those hots up consistently, once they swap onto someone, you'll see, them having to heal it up. But again, Shaman's having that ability to heal people once they get low health because of that Shaman mastery so strong if they get into a situation where, someone's really low health.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to mention was, even though that Ruins pick, it's pretty good for the Turbo, I guess for the jungle too, it's kind of risky because the jungle's also wanting to do the same thing that Turbo can. They want to swap between the Shaman and Druid as much as possible and hit who they can. So by being on that small map, they also don't have as much room to kite. So I guess it's more of a risky pick, but I still agree with you. It might have been their best map choice.
Again, do we know what the next map, not next map, but the next team is going to be at all?
I'm working on getting our next matchup ready, getting them together, and just making sure that these teams are locked in really quick. So just bear with me for 2 seconds.
So again, Follow Esports is now moving into Subdivision B, I believe, and they're going to be the first team to go into that subdivision, or is that Subdivision C? Right?
No, they moved. They just
looking at this
they
bracket.
They moved into the semifinals. Yes.
Okay.
They're still in Subdivision A. The winner of Subdivision A.
I'm confused looking at these brackets.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. The winner of Subdivision A will face off in the finals against the winner of Subdivision B. Here you go, guys. This is Subdivision B in case you guys haven't seen it. And then the losers from both finals, Subdivision A and Subdivision B, will be going off for 3rd and 4th place. Once you've made it to the finals, you have money. You will be walking away with some amount of money, because 3rd and 4th place will receive money prizes.
Again, this is a $3,000 prize pool. The 3rd place team will be walking away with, I believe, $250. I wish it was $250,000. Come on, Blizzard. Need more tournaments. Then the next team will be walking away with $500. And then the winning team will be walking away with $1,500, so $500 per player. You're not the biggest prize pool, but it is something. Not compared to BlizzCon, but hopefully one day.